We're back then with another news video for Marvel's Avengers now. This is on the back of a video that was uploaded by the official Marvel Avengers account. It's a video called Marvel's Avengers Essentials Leveling Gear, and this is a series they do where they show off some pretty basic aspects of the game, but it seems like they throw in quite a lot of Easter eggs into these videos, so it's fun to actually watch them go through it in slow motion and see what you can actually spot. And there was actually quite a few things in this one. So what we're going to be running over is, first, it looks like potentially we'll know what the difficulty will be for the Omega level threats that are coming out. That's your cloning labs and your super adaptoid fights. We then have a screen showing off potential consumables coming to the game. That's really interesting. I'm not sure where that's going to go, to be honest. We then have a name for the Paragon system, and we get to see a very small extent of what it will actually work like. We've got some new exotic gear to have a look at. That's for Iron Man, and then finishing up we've got a new Kate costume that was quickly teased as well. But let's jump in. We'll talk about the Omega level threat difficulty first, and before we actually do jump in, if you're enjoying the content, take the time to hit the like, share and subscribe button. But let's check out the section on the Omega level threats. So this image here flashed up exceptionally quick. It was probably less than a second, so it really was blink and you miss it. Now, slap bang in the middle, you've got your icon for your cloning labs there. It says the difficulty is plus 25. We don't actually know the power level of the character that's playing it, but if we bring up a screenshot of my account where I've got a character at level 150, you can see the cap mission up the top right is shown as plus 6 for me. On the initial screen it shows as plus 1, so that says to me that for the cloning labs for this screenshot, it will be 20 levels above your difficulty, so that will be level 170 content, which will be pretty awesome, so it really will be a challenge. If you want to test out level 170 content, you can do that via the Harm training room. You can actually bump it all the way up to that, and then it will let you know if your build's going to be sufficient for when the cloning lab actually comes out. So I would highly recommend that. If you've got a main character, you're going to use them in the mega level threats, get into the training room and actually test them out in there. Now let's check out the next section. So down the bottom left here, you can see that on this particular build of the game, if you press your left thumbstick, it's bringing something up called View Consumables. Now, we don't have any more information on this. A lot of people are speculating that because we're getting a post level 50 and leveling system coming to the game, this might be something along the lines of XP boosts. This is something I'm massively torn on now. I think the community would go absolutely wild, and not in a good way, if paid XP boosts were brought to the game. So I can definitely understand that. However, I feel that with the way the game is set up, they really messed up with the monetization model. I think they made a massive mistake by saying they would never charge for future heroes or expansions, and that's something potentially they would have done with to bring in money. Why I'm interested in Crystal Dynamics bringing in money? I'm not really, but I want the game to survive. I want the game to actually carry on, and in order to do that, it does have to bring in money. So, a bit torn on this. I'm interested in them looking in different ways to actually monetize the game, but they need to be really careful about how they actually do that as well. Let me know what you think about this particular topic in the comments below, because I know it's probably quite a contentious one. We then have a first look at the Paragon system we mentioned earlier on. So you'll see on the nameplate for Hulk, he's level 50, but he's also champion level 19. Currently he's got 100,000 XP, he needs 200,000, which is actually a fair amount with the amount you get in game to actually level up and go higher there. So the Paragon system will be some kind of champion system. There's going to be different levels to it. What it actually provides us with, we're not quite sure at all. What I'm hoping for is that they keep it simple. They don't try and get too complicated with this and go in and change skills or anything like that. I would like if this actually allowed you to just bump up your main stats on characters. So let's say, for example, then you're playing a Hulk build, you have a gear piece drop and the perks are fantastic but the stats are bad. What you can then do is you can use that piece of gear with the nice perks, and then you can actually make up for the bad stats you have on the gear via the champion system that's introduced. So in a way, this would really lessen the terrible RNG that we have in the game at the moment, and it would get me playing a lot if I was able to do that. But I think it's probably tomorrow we find out more on it. But let me know what you would like to see from this Paragon system. With this section here we have two different parts to look at. One, if you've been religiously following the game, you probably know about. Another one I'm pretty certain is brand new. But we'll look at the major artifact first. That's the one you may know about. This is the Lifeline Tablet, for anyone that's not sure. It's going to be a support based artifact, one that I believe allows you to heal your character, so it's nice to see a support option drop in there, and we're pretty sure it will come from the cloning labs as well. Looking at this gear, the fact that it's alongside the Lifeline Tablet, I would say this might be a cloning lab drop as well, so the stats go really high on it, so that's nice. It's a triple roll and they go as high as 70, however the perks are really underwhelming, and I really hope this is not the final perks for gear that's going to be rewarded for a mega level threats, because I just wouldn't want to farm for this at all. We need pretty amazing perks on it. We need perks that summon War Machine or something like that. The perks we've got, they're basically reducing the intrinsic energy for using your shield, damage reduction while overcharged, and increasing your supercharged energy. Really pretty lame, to be honest. I want to see better perks on them, and I think it's really important if they want people to play their mega level threats, we need to have good rewards for it. But let's actually finish up with the Kate Bishop, the new costume now. So this is a pretty simple way to finish up here. It's a potential new costume. I think it is a recolouring of an existing costume, but it is something new, so I wanted to just drop the screenshot in there. But that's everything that was covered in the video. There was a fair amount. It's actually quite a lot to discuss, quite a lot that's really quite interesting, especially the few consumables. I want to really know more on that, and that's going to be a pretty divisive topic, I'm pretty certain. Now what I'm going to do for anyone that hasn't seen it is I'm actually just going to play the full video now, so you can see everything that was mentioned in it and see if you can spot any Easter eggs as well. But enjoy this video and thanks for tuning in. Stay safe. I'll see you all again soon.
Welcome back to Avengers Essentials, your one-stop source for maximizing your heroic potential. In the last episode, we introduced you to gear and talked about the importance of stats. In this episode, we'll take you through the ins and outs of leveling gear and show some awesome examples of gear builds in action from our community. So, how do you go about leveling up your gear and why is it important? The main reason to upgrade gear is to increase your power level and the stats of the gear, which in turn will make your hero an even greater threat to the forces of evil. The greater the power level and stats, the more damage your hero will do. But in order to level up your gear, you'll need resources. If you're unsure about how many resources you have, they can be found at the bottom of your gear screen. Make sure you regularly upcycle your gear by dismantling it and using the resources earned to boost the power level of your high-level gear. Now, let's dive into some of the best strategies for gear leveling. Early in the game, you'll want to focus on trying different types of gear to understand what perks, bonuses, and stats best suit your playstyle. Later in the game, once you've found your preferred way of playing, only invest in leveling gear that has the stats you need, the perks you want, and the highest star ratings. Even if you think you have the perfect piece of gear, you can always wait and see. But once you reach 130, you can do almost any activity in the game. Boosting gear to the highest levels requires special resources such as upgrade modules, which can be acquired from vendors or chests, obtained as mission rewards, unlocked on challenge cards, or dropped by enemies. You want to spend these resources wisely as you get deeper into the game. As you continue to progress, you can also earn special hero-specific gear sets, which provide unique combinations of 5-star perks designed to perfectly complement each hero's abilities. Different types of gear also have elemental status effects that can provide a strategic advantage. Pim particles, for example, shrink enemies, increasing the damage your hero deals and reducing damage from affected enemies. Other status effects such as cryo and gamma can slow or poison enemies, providing unique tactical value in different combat scenarios. You can also combine elemental status effects to deal exploit damage. Pim particle, plasma, and cosmic are positive damage types. Shock, cryo, and gamma are negative damage types. If possible, run one of each damage type yourself. Attacking an enemy affected by a negatively charged status effect with a positively charged damage type will lead to huge increases in the amount of damage your hero does. Combining damage types in this way can help you complete higher level challenges and mission types, which may help you earn even better gear. This is also a great strategy for gearing up your companions. For example, if your hero is primarily using shock damage, then you want your companions to use cosmic, plasma, or PIM particles. Or, if you're looking for your companions to take an enemy's focus away from you, then perks that increase their survivability, like Jarvis Barrier, seen here on Iron Man, are a great option. Additionally, if the companions are taking the focus, then perks that trigger on getting hit, like Reactive Cosmic Surge and Reactive Explosion, are great options. Don't forget, you are the leader of the team, so you may want to equip your companions with gear that provides a heroic charge rate increase to allow companions to trigger their heroic support abilities more often in combat. This can be especially useful with heroes like Ms. Marvel, who have support abilities that can help you when you're down. Gear is critical for building out your character and becoming a better overall fighter. Need proof of what a great build can do? Check out Lejeune doing some seriously impressive damage with his Immortal Hulk tank build.
They are barely scratching. Watch.
Come on! This is my tank build!
Thanks for watching our first 4 Avengers Essentials videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the series and your ideas for future episode topics in the comments below. Until next time, thanks for watching.